YSU lacrosse starts the season.
And women's basketball wins 3 straight.
All of this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. And welcome back to the Penguin Rundown this week. I'm your host, Caleb Ellison, alongside Dylan Lux. Happy Valentine's Day to all of our viewers out there. And Dylan, you know, the only person I have to impress for Valentine's Day is myself.
Well, Caleb, you've certainly impressed me with that outfit. I mean, from head to toe, it is stellar. And you know what else has been stellar is softball's start to the season.
You are absolutely right. The Youngstown State University softball team opened its season at the Gardner-Webb Runnin' Bulldog Classic Tournament from February 9th to the 11th. To start the day one, senior Sophie Howell recorded the first Penguins opening day no-hitter in program history, earning the win over Delaware. The Penguins continued its weekend by sweeping Gardner-Webb and East Tennessee State. The only loss in the tournament came on the final game against the Blue Hens, losing 9-5. Youngstown State sits at 4-1 to open its season and is back in action February 16th through the 18th at the Presbyterian Tournament in Clinton, South Carolina.
The Youngstown State women's basketball team defeated Oakland University 85-79 on February 8th. The Penguins offense led the way, making 55.2% of their field goal attempts. 5 Penguins scored in double figures as 50-year Shaylee Kirby led the way, tying her career high with 24 points and 5 made three-pointers. The victory marked Youngstown State's first road win in the Horizon League this season. Penguins continued their road trip against Detroit Mercy on February 10th and defeated the Titans by a score of 54-49. Together, 5th-year Malia Magestro and Shaylee Kirby led the way with 11 points each. With their 3rd straight win, the women's basketball team stands now at 11-14 overall and 7-8 in the Horizon League. YSU is back in action at the Nutter Center today, February 14th, as tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. and will be broadcast on 1390 WNIO and ESPN+.
The Youngstown State University men's basketball team returned home to the Beagley Center to face off against 2 Wisconsin-based teams. The Milwaukee Panthers took it to the wire against the Penguins on February 8th in an overtime thriller. The Penguins scored 20 points in overtime en route to a 97-85 victory. 5th-year senior Ziggy Reed led the offense in scoring with 28 points as 4 additional Penguins reached double figures. In a battle for the #1 seed in the Horizon League, the Green Bay Phoenix bested the Penguins on February 10th, winning 84-83. Despite the last-second loss, 5th-year senior DJ Burns scored a season-high 32 points and grabbed 16 rebounds. Youngstown State will round out its 3-game homestand later tonight against Robert Morris University. The game will be broadcasted on ESPN+ and can be listened to on 570 WKBN. And with Burns having a career day, we're going to send it over to Andrew Peterson with this week's Penguin Player Spotlight.
Thanks, guys. This week's Player of the Spotlight goes to DJ Burns of the men's basketball team, as he had an outstanding performance on February 10th. He had a career high 32 points, shooting from behind the arc, going 11 for 20 from the field. So he was kind of feeling it from all over the floor, being from inside to outside. He had 16 rebounds, so he's been a monster on the glass all season for this Penguins team. We would like to congratulate DJ on having the player spotlight for this week. Guys, back to you.
The YSU men's tennis team fell short against William & Mary on February 9th in a 7-0 decision. In singles matches, the Tribe won in 5 straight sets, while junior Harry Fuzas and senior David Alvarez Marino picked up the lone doubles win over the Tribe. The Penguins would then next face the U.S. Naval Academy the next day, with more success in singles wins, still falling short 5-2. Junior Nathan Favier and freshman Onder Balsi picked up singles victories over Navy. In doubles, junior William Reset and Favier claimed the only doubles win for YSU. After a long road trip, the Penguins will finally return home to face off against Northern Illinois on February 16th. For live updates and more, visit YSUsports.com.
The YSU women's tennis team dropped a contest against Buffalo February 9th in a 6-1 decision. In doubles play, junior Lily Minich and freshman Yesenia Ovacharova won in the lone doubles match for the Penguins. In singles play, senior Aliska Masarakova picked up the lone win in the #1 match. The YSU women's tennis team returned home playing Bowling Green on February 11th, where they won by a 6-1 decision. In doubles play, Minich and Ovacharova picked up yet another victory, while junior Julia Marco and freshman Lorena Cedino claimed the win in the #3 match. Youngstown State would go on to win 4 hard-fought singles wins, clinching the meet over Bowling Green. The YSU women's tennis team is set to travel to Muncie, Indiana to face off against Ball State on February 16th. For live updates and more, visit ysusports.com.
The YSU swim and dive teams were back in action February 9th and 10th as they competed in the Miami of Ohio Classic. On the first day of competition, freshman Sydney Vandervelde led the Penguins in the 500 free, clocking in a time of 5 minutes and 11.49 seconds for a 7th place finish, while senior Camden Batchick and Joey freshman Lundgren led both sides in the 50 free with times of 24.32 seconds and 22.13 seconds respectively. Up next for Youngstown State, both teams will hit the road for the Horizon League Championships next Wednesday through Saturday at the IU Natatorium in Indianapolis, Indiana. For live updates through the Horizon League Championships, follow at YSU Swim Dive on X and Instagram.
The YSU track and field team had a busy weekend from February 9th through the 10th at 3 separate meets, split at the Spire Collegiate Invitational, the Dave Henry Valentine Invitational hosted by Arkansas, and the Tyson Invitational hosted by Boston University. In Boston, the distance runners set numerous personal bests, while YSU had solid efforts at the Spire and Tyson meets. Youngstown State will be back in action on February 16th at the Campbell Invitational hosted by Akron.
The Youngstown State women's lacrosse team officially started the 2024 spring season on February 9th as they traveled to the Pacific Northwest to face off against Power 5 opponent, the University of Oregon. The Ducks opened the contest with 3 consecutive goals, followed by a YSU goal by junior Molly Sheridan. Oregon continued the offensive surge and led 12-5 by halftime. Penguins went on to score 3 more goals, but fell short in the matchup 19-8. Freshman Lena Cox and Katie Grottenhaler both notched hat tricks for YSU in their collegiate debuts. The Penguins host their home opener on February 16th as they welcome the Ohio State Buckeyes to the Watson Trestle and Training Site. First draw is set for 3 p.m.
The YSU women's golf team teed off to begin the spring 2024 season at the Columbia Classic in Melbourne, Florida. The Penguins competed against 15 other universities and finished in 11th place. Junior Elizabeth Sauer was the best individual performance for YSU, finishing tied for 14th overall with 222 strokes over 3 rounds, going 6 over par. The women's golf team will be back on the course next month for a 2-day contest at the Howard University Lady Bison Invitational on March 4th and 5th. For updates on the team, visit ysusports.com. And what a busy weekend it was for our Penguins. And get ready for another weekend coming up. Baseball is going to start its season and lots more coming up. To stay up to date with everything YSU related, visit ysusports.com. And to stay up to date with everything Rundown related, you can follow us on Instagram and X at Penguin Rundown 1. Once again, happy Valentine's Day. I've been Caleb Ellison.
And I've been Dylan Lux.
Stay safe, Penguin Nation.